Your monthly subscription box from postflybox.com includes all the materials needed to tie a dozen flies, along with some extra goodies. Walt's worm, named for its inventor Walt Young from central Pennsylvania, is an easy-to-tie yet extremely effective trout pattern, especially when tied in smaller sizes. Here, we're going to start with a size 18 hook that's been fitted with one of the small silver beads. Get the assembly firmly secured in the jaws of your tying vise with the bead at the back edge of the hook eye. Pick up the coil of solder wire, and while holding the bitter end in the fingertips of your left hand, start taking touching wraps up the hook shank with your right. After 8 to 10 wraps, helicopter the wire to break it off close. Then, push the wraps down the hook shank toward the bend. Apply just the smallest amount of superglue, here fly tire Z-Ment, to the bare hook shank between the wraps and the bead. Quickly slide the wraps forward into the back of the bead and hold them there for a few seconds so the adhesive sets. With the adhesive set, you can finish wrapping the tail end of the wire without all the wraps simply spinning around the hook shank. The next step is to load a bobbin with a spool of fluorescent orange unithread. Get the thread started on the hook shank behind the solder wire, and after taking a few wraps rearward, snip off the excess tag. Pull a single strand of pearl flashabou free from the packet. Anchor one end of the material to the near side of the hook with wraps of tying thread, then pull it under the wraps so it ends at about the solder wire. Take forward thread wraps to further secure the flashabou. Hare's ear dubbing is used to create the body of the fly. A small pinch is all you need. Use the dubbing to make a very slender 1.5-inch long noodle on your tying thread. Don't overdo it, as this fly looks better slim than chunky. Take wraps so the dubbing starts right at the beginning of the hook bend. Then make touching to slightly overlapping wraps with the dubbing noodle to create a nicely tapered body on the fly. You should end with bare thread just behind the bead. Get hold of the flashabou and start making open spiral wraps with it over top of the dubbed body. 4 to 5 turns usually looks pretty good. When you reach your tying thread, use it to firmly anchor the flashabou, then snip the excess off close. Take a few more thread wraps to further build up an orange hot spot collar on the fly. Get hold of your whip finish tool and use it to do a 4 or 5 turn back to front whip finish, seat the knot well, and snip your tying thread free. A drop of head cement applied to the exposed thread wraps will ensure they don't come unraveled and greatly increase the fly's durability. And that's Walt's worm. This fly is so effective it's become a favorite of competitive fly fishers worldwide.